and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. And welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. And welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Right, are we on? We're all on. Everything's working, just about. And we've got, let's see, 10 kilometres to do tonight. 10 kilometres of Monday Run Club. 400 metre progressions, getting slightly faster each 400 metres until we get to the end. I think we've got a couple of sprints or something at the end, or it gets a little bit faster at the end anyway. And we're off now. So let's see what speed we start off at. Probably 10.5, I would guess. Oh, look at that. Am I right or am I right? So, you will notice that my speed is slightly different today because I'm using the Run Smart treadmill sensor just for the change, just to get a bit more used to it. I've used it before, but I wanted to give it a go again today in a proper run. I'm a bit worried about dropouts, to be honest. Kyle, hello buddy. Kyle says, did you have trouble getting on Zwift? Yes, well no I didn't, but I know people who have done. I know there's been some problems, but I think it's been with the cyclists and not with the runners. I'm not entirely sure. Daniel, no I didn't do the backyard ultra. I know a couple of people who did, but no I didn't. I actually didn't know about it. Well, I had heard of it, but I can't. It had gone out of my mind, and I didn't get to thinking about it until the very last minute. So it was a bit too late. Right, all those ride-ons that are dropping. Thank you, guys.
Ride on.
So you'll see, if I press camera 3, so I'm currently at 10.5 on the treadmill, but it's reading 10.6, so it's slightly out. Oh, there we go. Let me knock it up again. Right, I'm now at 10.6 on the treadmill. It does take a bit of time to respond as well, I've noticed. And now we're at 10.7. I'm going to have to put the fan on, I think. Steve McPherson, thank you for your ride on, my friend.
Ride on!
So as always, I am watching Facebook chat and I'm watching YouTube chat. So I am here to answer any questions you've got. If you're new to Zwift, if you're watching this wondering what on earth's going on, just pop a question in the chat there. I'll do my best to get to it. Vidar, hello. And Phil Collins, hello buddy.
Thanks for giving my dad a ride on.
So we're just getting through quite a long warm-up. It's a mile and a half of warm-up. But it gives us a lot of time to just gently warm the legs into the run. Quite a nice group of us in Monday Run Club Group A tonight. Magnus Tate is there, Anthony Lester is there, Dean Hand is there, Michael Hasser. Henrik George, Kato Jokstad. Look, even Kate Bush has joined us. It's probably not. And fights, thank you.
Right on!
Vidar says he did 8 kilometres this morning, 1 minute interval workouts. Oh no, Zwift has crashed. It's the ominous sign that Zwift has crashed. Halfway through the warm-up. Okay. Yeah, Rob, paces in Group A are quite low today. But that's... Monday Run Club is often like a gentle start to the week. So, yeah, fairly relaxed Monday Run Club. But right now, we have a crash on our hands. And I am betting this is a crash for quite a lot of people. Not just me. So we'll close off Zwift. Close the program which is not responding. We might have to do... Alright, we're alright. So, double click on the icon. See if we can get back into it. Let's go. So, I was going on last week about the fact that usually it's Wednesday workout that does this, but actually Monday Run Club has had its fair share of crashes as well. But there was a report, there have been a couple of reports now of problems on Zwift anyway tonight. And I think in general Zwift are having some capacity issues because of lockdown around the world. A lot of people are trying to get on Zwift at the moment, and it is very difficult, and capacity is having to be increased all the time. Right, starting in... Right, so I'm not going to get a late join, I don't think. Let's have a look. Fingers crossed, but I don't think I'm going to get a late join here. And I wonder how many people have been kicked out. Yeah. We are not going to get a late join tonight. I could drop out again. If I log out again and log back in and run with somebody who I know's in the run. Let's do that. Vidar, no, it just crashed. Right, Anthony Lester says it crashed. It's just crashed for him as well. Vidar, Dean Hand, hope you're well. So glad to be back on Zwift. So Dean is all right. He's on, I think. Wasn't he running just now? Dean, aren't you running? Yeah, Rob Harrison says there are only 12,000 people on at the moment. Sarah Jacobson says she's still in. So, yeah, capacity probably isn't an issue. But so some people... Right, Dean Hand says he's on his own. Magnus Tate is still in. Henrik George is out, he's crashed. Okay, so some people have crashed, some people haven't, which is basically usually the case. Some people are lucky and some people are not. Right, I'm gonna try and join Magnus Tate then, or Michael Hasser. There we are. Michael Hasser's right in front of me. So let's run with Michael. We're not going to be in the run in the event itself, but we'll just stick with the other runners when we get in there. Here we go. Start the treadmill. There's Dean Hand. There's Michael Hasser. There's Tate. So let's try and catch them up. Now this is where it's annoying that I've got a very slow device to catch up with, because they're all off. I should have been up and running earlier, shouldn't I? Right, I need to go faster to catch them. So let's go at 13. Yeah, so Dean's still on. Anthony can't rejoin. Anthony, all I've done is I've joined and gone with a runner that's already there. Steve Beckett from Zwift HQ. I hope you're watching this, mate.
Ride on!
Fights, thank you for your ride on as well.
Thanks for giving my dad a ride on.
So I'm just going to catch up with the guys in front, and I'm just going to follow them for the workout. Buchanan, thanks for the ride on.
Ride on!
So we've done about 1.5 kilometres before the crash. Kevin from Belgium, thank you.
Ride on!
and Phil Collins.
Right on.
Right, so catching up to the back of the guys. There's Magnus Tate, there's Dean Hand, there's Foxton, Paul. Michael Hasser says Apple TV also crashed. So it isn't just a PC. Who was that said that? Vidar. It's not just because it's on a PC. It could be anything. It's generally something to do with Zwift's servers. Yeah, generally something to do with Zwift servers. Not everybody gets crashed, but it doesn't seem to matter what device you're on. Could be an iPad, could be Apple TV, could be a computer. You will still crash. But some people are lucky and they manage to stay in. Magnus Tate has noticed that I've rejoined. So I'm not in the workout, but I'm just following the people who are in the workout. Who are going slightly faster than I am. So I'll just speed up a bit. Anthony Lester has rejoined as well. Tan Taisho Cyclist, thank you for your ride on.
Right on.
And the way that you can tell that somebody's in a workout is the people in the workout have got the screens in front of them. So you can see there's a green screen in front of Magnus Tate, whereas the three of us, Henrik, George, Anthony Lester and me, none of us have screens in front of us because we were the ones that got kicked out. Rob Harrison says, I've always wondered if the physique of the avatar improves the higher the level. No, it's all to do with the weight that you input when you sign up to Zwift or when you put your details into Zwift settings. So the heavier you are, the more muscly you become, your avatar becomes. Michael has crashed as well, so he's also not got a screen in front of him. So we're all just going to run together with the people who have got screens. I'm not sure what you mean, Vidar. Vidar says the trick to turn around and run 1 minute the other way, then turn around again. I'm not sure, Vidar, what do you mean exactly? I mean, the trick for me was just basically to turn it off and turn it on again. Oh, right, Vidar, right, sorry, I missed the previous comment. I did a New York route, but it didn't complete, even though I ran 1.5 kilometres longer. Oh gosh. Well, I don't know, it should complete. If you've chosen a specific New York route, as long as it was a running route, if you chose a cycling route and you ran it, that won't work. You have to choose one of the specific running routes, and if you haven't completed that route before, then you will get an achievement badge. So the only other thing that might have happened is you may possibly have gone the wrong way. I don't know. you might have accidentally pressed a button or something that sent you off left or right without you realising. Now, we should be getting faster each 400 metres, shouldn't we? So, Magnus Tate says, don't follow him. His run smart treadmill sensor sometimes has a mind of its own. Well, I'm hoping mine's okay. It's not too bad at the moment. 12.3 is the same as what I'm doing, although now it's gone down to 12.2 and now 12.1. So the idea, I think, is every 400 metres we're supposed to get faster, but because I've not really got a clue where the other guys are in the run, and mind you, we've got two guys behind us, so let's just kind of stick with Magnus. I know he doesn't think I should follow him, but Jay Foxton and Magnus and Dean Hand are all still in the workout. Joe Nekak, thank you, hello. So easy to get set up with Zwift Running. Here's what you need. Firstly, access to a treadmill. It could be at home or at the gym, but any treadmill will work with Zwift. To get you moving in game, we need a speed source. Traditionally, we use a foot pod, like the Zwift Pod or the Stride, but you can also use the Run Smart treadmill sensor, your Apple Watch, one of the newer Garmin watches, the TSS app, and if you have a smart treadmill, your treadmill will connect directly to Zwift without the need for another device. Now simply download the Zwift app onto a Mac, a PC, an iPhone, an iPad, an Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. Finally, pair your speed source in the app. Pairing heart rate from your watch or a chest strap is also a great addition to Zwift. And that's it. You're all set up for solo runs, solo or group workouts, challenges and real-time racing on Zwift with people from all over the world. Thanks, Zoog, for your ride on.
Ride on!
So I think what I'll do, and Craig Taylor, thank you for your ride on Zwift HQ.
Ride on!
So I'm almost at 2 kilometres. I'm going to increase the pace a little bit. And Port, thank you, Port. Right, 12.5 now for me on the treadmill anyway. So we're we're hovering now between 12.4 and 12.5. So I reckon I'll do another kilometre here and then bring it up again. As long as Magnus and Dean are not too far behind, then we're kind of not far off what we should be doing. don't know if there are any other people in the group further ahead. I assume there are. Yes, Vidar. I know about the app. There is an app called TSS, which is Treadmill Speed Smart or something like that, I think. Treadmill Smart Speed, which allows you to manually set your treadmill speed in the app. The problem with it is you have to have two devices. So you have to have an iPhone and then a tablet or something that you're running Zwift on. So essentially the iPhone is pretending to be a foot pod. Oh no, don't do that. So we can still see the guys behind us with the TV screens in front of them, so we know that we are heading in the right direction and doing just about the correct speed. So I'm going to go a tiny bit faster at 3 kilometres. Right, so Magnus Tate says they're just up at 12.5 now. Okay. Right, so maybe we'll stay at this pace for a little bit longer then. Magnus, if you are listening, if you can maybe call out if it's too much hassle, don't worry. Although I should be able to guess. I mean, we'll be able to guess just about, but if you get a chance to just type out 13 or whatever it is, 12.7, then I can call it out to the other guys as well if they're listening. So we're staying at 12.5 at the moment. And that's 3 kilometres done for me. The guys who are in the workout will be up to about 4.5 by now. Actually a bit longer because of the time that I had whilst we were crashed. So yeah, they might even be up to 2 kilometres by now. So, 5 kilometres, sorry. So that's probably about 400 metres from when Magnus said that. So let's bump it up to 12.6 on the treadmill. See if that makes any difference to my speed in game. Oh, okay, right, so they're back down to 12 now, right. Okay, so that's the first set ended. So I'll go down to 12 as well. So we're easing off and we build again now. So my treadmill says 12 kilometers per hour and the run is reading just under that. I have calibrated the Run Smart treadmill sensor, but I calibrated it a bit faster than this. I think I calibrated at 13, so it does lose it a bit if you go anywhere above or beyond the calibration. But that's not bad, is it? There we are. We're on 12 there for a moment. Brian Dell, thank you for your ride on.
Ride on!
I haven't got any incline on the treadmill today. Hamlin, thank you, buddy.
Thanks for giving my dad a ride on.
Okay, so I'm at 3.6 kilometres and we're now gradually starting to increase again. So 400 metres at 12.1. So Magnus is now calling out the speeds to us so we know what we're doing. Unfortunately, I haven't got my phone with me, so I can't message on the screen. Never mind. I suppose if I turn my camera angles off, I could use my keyboard. And Mackenzie from Scotland, thanks for your ride on, my friend.
Ride on!
And Adam Holland is there as well.
Ride on!
Big congratulations, and Dean, thank you very much.
Ride on!
Big congratulations to Adam on his epic run yesterday. Kato Yokstad says crash for everyone. Crash for probably about 50%, Kato. So I crashed, Michael Hasser crashed, Henrik George crashed, Anthony Lester crashed, but people like Magnus Tate and Dean Hand and Sarah Jacobson were all okay. So some and some. Did it crash for you, Kato? I assume it did, given what you just said. Right, coming up to the next change. I'm guessing it's going to be 12.2. There's 4 kilometres done for me, so that's about 6 kilometres for the other guys. And Magnus confirms it's 12.2. Cheers, Magnus. Jen Bug, cheers, buddy.
Thanks for giving my dad a ride on.
So it's a nice, easy, sedate pace generally for Group A. Those who are used to Group A paces, especially for Wednesday workout, if you're regular at Wednesday workout in Group A, this pace should be fairly comfortable for everyone. I just missed the name of that person from Canada, but thank you for your ride on.
Ride on!
And Darren, cheers, buddy.
Ride on! Nice!
Carl Watts, yes. I'd not heard of Hard Rock before. If it really is a 12-kilometre route, then I've no idea where it is. Because the trail route for mountain biking is nowhere near that. I mean, it's only about 3 or 4 kilometres. The run is fairly consistent, isn't it? Not too bad for this run at the moment. And up we go to 12.3. So you can see my treadmill says 12.3 and Zwift is there or thereabouts, 12.3 let's say. K done. I need to make sure my camera angle program doesn't send me off in the wrong direction. So at the moment we're headed to downtown. Oh no, look. If I'm not careful, you see, my automatic program that changes the camera angles inadvertently also sends me off in different directions. So just keep an eye on that and make sure I head to downtown. And there we go. All good. Saw somebody on a bike there, Zwift Juniors, 10 years old, good for him. Right, so we'll be going up again, 12.4. And there we go, 4.8 kilometres done, 12.4 now. I need to bump it up a little bit more actually because my Run Smart treadmill sensor is not quite keeping pace with everyone. So my treadmill's now at 12.5. Kess, thank you for your ride on.
Right on!
And Mikhail Georgi as well,
Right
thanks.
on! Nice!
Right, we're all going right. So we're all turning right. 5 kilometres done for me. If we don't include the 1.5 I did at the beginning before the crash. Adam Holland missed his meet-up because he struggled to get on Zwift. There have been problems tonight, Adam. Now, please tell me I'm going right. Okay, good. And we're turning right again to go to the beach path. Oh dear. Lee, thanks for the ride on.
Right on!
Paul Haywood stood by the side of the road there. Had enough. And onto the run path we go. No bikes allowed on here. And Matthias Topping, thank you for your ride on.
Right on!
So we've got a tidy little group of 7 of us sticking together. Looks like there's 4 of us who were crashed out and 3 of them who are still in the in the workout session. Vidar, thank you for your ride on.
Ride on!
But Adam did still get on Zwift in the end. Even though he missed his meet-up, he still managed to do a sub 25k. And that is after yesterday running well over... How many miles did you do in the end, Adam? What was your time and distance? He did well over 100 miles. But I didn't see the end of his stream, so I don't know how far he got. But if you want to check out Adam's activity on the Zwift Companion app, search for Adam Holland and have a look at his latest activity, or the one he did yesterday, well over 100 miles. Okay, so we're up to 12.8 now. So I'll go to 12.9 just to make sure I can keep up. Come on, Henrik, keep up with us. So as we get closer to the point at which I calibrated, it starts to get more in line, just about. Oh, it's gone down again now. So Adam did 130 miles in 31 hours. Amazing, Adam, well done, buddy. Do you know what position you came in the race? So this was an online event called the Backyard Ultra that Adam was taking part in, and the idea was to run 4.17 miles in an hour, and if you had time to spare, you could have a rest, and then the start of the next hour, you do another 4.17 miles. Adam's saying thanks for running with me. Honestly, I literally did 2 kilometres with him. Just 2k. Right, 6 kilometres done for me. It's about 8 kilometres for the guys who are in the run. Up to 13.1 now. So gradually increasing the pace now. A little bit faster towards the end. Big thanks to Magnus Tate for calling out the speeds for us. Terry Macklin, thanks for the ride on.
Thanks for giving my dad a ride on.
Oh, what's that? Oh yes, mission completed. So run 4 hours on Zwift, and you've unlocked a shirt, and they're going to donate some money to Great Ormond Street Hospital in the UK. Vidar, yeah, all my music is instrumental. So the one before was, and And this set is as well. 13.4 now. Thanks, Sarah.
Right on.
Come on. I'm willing my Run Smart to get a bit quicker. So I'm running at 13.7 at the moment on the treadmill, but we're only registering 13.5, 13.6. Oh gosh, can I pronounce that? Screw it. Oh gosh. Hornby, thank you.
Right on.
So sorry from that person from Poland.
Right on.
Just couldn't get your name in time. Sarah says Group C only had a little over 4 today. Really slow paced. Yes, Group A is quite slow paced for us as well. But that's okay, I quite like a nice, easy start to the week. Right, I'm up at 14 now. We can come down a little bit. So we're at 13.7 officially. I'm running at 13.9. There's 7 kilometres for me, so I'm guessing that's 9 kilometres or so for the guys. Tomlin, thank you.
Right on.
And Gabriella Kyriakou, thank you.
Right on.
Phillips there, had enough. I've just noticed my heart rate gone into zone 4, 158 BPM. And I'm thinking, final change, there's up to 14 now, officially, so I'm at 14.3. Let's see what that does. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Turnbull, thank you.
Right on.
So I'm guessing this is the last one, and then it'll be cool down time. And Eric, thank you.
Right on.
Oh, blimey. So, Prime Minister Boris Johnson has gone into intensive care. Good heavens. Seven and a half kilometres done. Okay, final change up. 14.3 officially. I'll go to 14.6. Vetterman, thank you.
Right on.
14.5 I'll go to. Let's see. Drop out. 14.4, 14.2. Ha. So Dean Hand has crashed right at the end. I've no idea, Vidar. So 100 metres to go, and that'll be it, I think. I don't know if we've got a cool down or not. Heart rate 161. Notice the drop out there. And then Williams, thank you for your ride on. So any minute now, I think everybody should probably slow down. Don't know, we'll see what happens. Is the cool down? Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. And I'm getting a lot of dropouts now. Yep, that's often the way. Cool down faster than the session. Scramstead, Kenneth Scramstead, thank you.
Right on.
And I think we can cool down now. Just about. Yeah. Right. I'm going to chill out now. I'll give some ride-ons quickly. Right, big thank you to Magnus for reading out the instructions. Well done, Michael Hasser. Well done, Anthony Lester, for joining there. Don't know who Bennett is, but I'll give him a ride on. Foxon, well done. And just drop down and give a few people a ride on there. Henrik, as well done to you. And Magnus says, that's the run over. Apologies for the YouTube chat spam. No worries at all, Magnus. Much appreciated, buddy. Much appreciated. Right then. So let's just have a chilled, relaxed kilometre. And Vidar says, really hope your Prime Minister will get through this and get better. Well, yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it? I mean, again, hoping that, you know, I don't agree with his politics. Let's put it that way. But you don't wish suffering on a person. And let's hope he's just in there for, you know, for security, to make sure that he does actually pull through. And they're giving him all the help that they can. Matthews, thank you for your ride on.
Ride on!
So, apart from the crash at the beginning, we managed to get on all right with that, even though we weren't officially in the workout session. We were helped along by the other guys who didn't suffer the crash. Quite a few of us, I'd say 50% of people in the workout suffered the crash and had to rejoin or just gave up. It's very tempting to just give up when that happens. It can be quite demoralising. De Bruyne, thank you very much for your ride on.
Ride on!
So yes, thanks to those guys for pulling us along, but we managed to do a decent effort, got the heart rate up a little bit, and now we'll just have a cool down kilometre or so. We'll go to 10 kilometres, so we're nearly at 9 now, so we'll just finish off another kilometre. Michael Haas is going for 10 as well. I'm just going to go and do it really slowly, Michael. It's so easy to get set up with Zwift Running. Here's what you need. Firstly, access to a treadmill. It could be at home or at the gym, but any treadmill will work with Zwift. To get you moving in game, we need a speed source. Traditionally, we use a foot pod, like the Zwift Pod or the Stride, but you can also use the Run Smart treadmill sensor, your Apple Watch, one of the newer Garmin watches, the TSS app, and if you have a smart treadmill, your treadmill will connect directly to Zwift without the need for another device. Now simply download the Zwift app onto a Mac, a PC, an iPhone, an iPad, an Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. Finally, pair your speed source in the app. Pairing heart rate from your watch or a chest strap is also a great addition to Zwift. And that's it. You're all set up for solo runs, solo or group workouts, challenges and real-time racing on Zwift with people from all over the world. Cheers, Dean. Thanks, buddy. See you later.
Ride on!
And Carmis, thank you.
Ride on! Nice!
just messing with incline for a bit, just to play with the Run Smart treadmill sensors incline function.
I don't know, has it? Vidar says, has camera 2 suddenly become camera 1? Oh, I don't know. I don't think so. Camera 2, camera 1. Camera 2, camera 1. I think we're all right. Right, 400 metres and then we'll call it a day. Eric Lou, thank you for your ride on.
Ride on!
Sam Schwartzing, yes. He says, am I planning on doing another marathon on Zwift sometime? Absolutely. In fact, probably the next long distance run I will do on Zwift will be an attempt at 24-hour 100 miles. Exactly when that will be, I don't know. But within the next month or two, while we're in lockdown. Mole, thank you.
Ride on! Nice!
Oh, interesting. Okay, Vidar, I'll have a look at that. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know. I'll check into it. It may well be that I've done something there, yes. Sam, you're more than welcome to run 1 kilometre, 5, 10, 15, 50 kilometres with me, whatever you like, mate. Right, there's 10 kilometres done. There we are. 10 kilometres done. Monday Run Club, kind of done. Bit of a crash at the beginning. Zwift servers went down. Half of us got kicked off the run. Most of us rejoined and got pulled along by some of the guys who hadn't been kicked out of the run. And big thanks to Magnus Tate for telling us the instructions. And we got 10 kilometres of progressive run done, which is very nice indeed for a Monday evening here in the UK. It's very warm in here, I've got the fan on. So it's now time to go and have a shower and settle down for the evening. Wherever you are, have a great day, look after yourselves, stay home, and see you for tomorrow's run, which I don't know what we'll do. Maybe we'll do Turn It Up Tuesday or whatever takes my fancy later on in the day. Take care, guys.
See you tomorrow. Thanks a lot for the chat. Bye bye.